with him is he's learning to be a better route runner. You know, I mean, he's a guy that hasn't played a ton of football still, and you know, because you look at his development. And his first year he came in and played. That offseason he played basketball. Last offseason he was banged up for spring. So, you know, I think he's really starting to learn how to become a better route runner right now, and that's going to be huge for him in the future.
Do you teach the quarterbacks, whether it's throwing to him or Hutch or any of the big receivers, to throw a ball differently than maybe compared to?
Yeah, they're throwing it. You know, I mean, ball placement beats any coverage. You know, I mean, it really. I mean, even if a guy's covered or it's not the right read, if you put the ball in the right spot, it can still beat the coverage. And so I think they understand that with the receivers that we have of where to put balls on guys.
I know it's still a long time before February, but how do you think recruiting's going right now?
I got no idea. I'll be honest with you. You know, and my answer will probably be in February. I mean, ask me in 2 years how it goes too. I think a couple of years ago it went pretty well. You know, because the guys are panning out, and there's some pretty good players. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Come signing day, and then you know we got to see how those guys develop and pan out. You know, I mean, the recruiting over the last couple of years, I think, has gone pretty well for us.
Coach, talk about obviously when you first got here, you always talked about making the offense around the talents you have and converting to those talents. Talk about the way Dak has progressed as a passer, and this offense kind of having a different. Do you think they found their identity?
Well, I think we're certainly more of a passing offense this year than we've been maybe in some years past. A couple of years ago we threw the ball a bunch too, but I think that's everybody's understanding of where our strengths are, and let's play to our strengths. And I think we're fortunate. I'm fortunate having a coaching staff that's been together for a while, and that our offense has enough flexibility in it that we can highlight strengths of different players. You know, whether hey, we're going to have to grind the ball out running with the tailbacks, or we're going to be more of a quarterback running back running team with option football, or we're going to be a little bit more of a a run play action team, or more of this year we end up being a little bit more of a drop back team. That we have that within the system. As everybody says, that we kind of pull 70% of the playbook each year, and highlight that 70%. And I think our guys have adapted to that strength and what this year's strength is for us as a team.
How much does it help with Dak with his progression?
Oh, great! I mean, but that's how you adjust to it right there. If he wasn't, we'd probably be going down a different path a little bit right now. I mean, he's got comfort with his receivers. We got some experience at the receiver position, and he understands the game of, he understands our offense and has the experience to go make things happen.
What do you think about the progression of Brandon Bryant stepping up in the safety role this year?
Well, I think it's huge. He's gotten the opportunity to get on the field and play, and you're seeing him improve from week to week. I think a lot. He got a lot of reps in spring, going through spring practice, bowl prep last year. When Poke Dog was out, so he's starting to get those reps, and all of a sudden in training camp, and then he suffers another injury. So I mean, he's been getting a lot of those reps all along.
Hadn't seen a whole lot of Jake Thomas the last couple of weeks. Kind of what's his status with the team?
Yeah,
right now?
He's going through some injury stuff right now. He's trying to get better.
I apologize if this has been asked or whatever, but from the first game to now, offensive line wise, how have you seen their progression?
I think they're doing a pretty good job of coming along and finding what they do well. And guys getting experience, guys getting on there. We have a lot of guys hadn't played a whole lot in that group. And I think you see what I've been happy with is you see the progression of it, especially the last 3 games at home. That big home stretch, we thought we've got to have a lot of improvement, and I think we've played better every single week. Now we got to continue that. We better play better. We're going to have a harder challenge. The next game going on the road against Missouri, and we're going to have to play at a higher level that one. And I think, a lot of times as the season goes on, you expect that. I mean, every week is going to be a tougher challenge than the previous week. So you better be continuing to improve throughout the year, and they've done that.
You may have answered this already, but do you expect maybe Gabe and Wallace?
I expect everybody to play.
Good deal.
And I'll never comment on an injury again, because you guys obviously don't need me to comment on injuries, because you know more than I do. And you report more than I would ever say, for the benefit of young people's benefits, not you can get a scoop out for their futures. So we'll never comment on an injury in this program again, so please don't ever ask.